Well, I've got a real treat this morning, but I'm going to make you wait for a little bit. But first, Ernest, you want to give us a little music? Let's give Ernest a nice welcome.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
Do we have any Cardinal fans here? Let's give a nice St. Vincent de Paul welcome to the Arizona Cardinals quarterback, Carson Palmer.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. I am honored to be here. I am honored to be here. I am happy to be here. Through the grace of God, I'm here. Through the grace of God, we all woke up this morning and we are here. But I stand before you a broken man. I stand before you a sinner. And it's by the grace of God that I have a relationship with God, and He has washed away my sins. Even though He knows I am going to continue to sin, I still have a relationship with Jesus Christ, and that is what keeps me going. And I hope that's what keeps everybody in this room going. Now, I know it sounds like we have some Cardinal fans here. I did see there you go. I did see a San Francisco 49er t-shirt, though. And I thought I saw a Seattle Seahawk hat. But it's all good. It's all good. So it sounds like some of the people in the room know and have been following the Cardinals. I just want to give everybody a quick story, and I want to talk about prayer today. Recently, at the beginning of the year, I had an injury, and I had to miss a bunch of time. I couldn't play for 3 or 4 weeks. And normally in football, when you have an injury, you blow a knee out, you break a bone, you do something that you can't play, you're in pain. Well, I had this little teeny tiny nerve injury, and the nerve in my shoulder would not let my arm go up. So my brain would tell my arm to go up, my arm would stay right here. And I'm sitting there looking at my arm should be doing that, but it's not, and I have this nerve injury. And so I see these doctors and all these people, and they're telling me, well, you know, this could be career ending, you might not ever raise your arm again, you might not throw again, you might be able to throw next week, I don't know, we don't know. And so as the weeks went on, I was praying to God, I was Jesus, make this nerve turn on, give me power, give me strength, do something. Week by week it went on, and I kept praying. And my prayers kept getting a little bit angrier as the weeks went on. And I was getting frustrated with God. And I couldn't understand why God wouldn't answer my prayer. And you hear things on TV, you see things, you hear about people, well, God gave me a sign, and God did this for me. And I was resentful that God would not turn this nerve back on and give me the ability to go out and play. And I was so frustrated, I was clouded that I was not seeing how I was judging God. And who are any of us to ever judge God? But I was judging God because He's not answering my prayer. And I'm driving home one night late after work, and I get stopped at the stoplight. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to the radio, and I just turned the radio off, and all of a sudden a calming peace just came over me. And what happened to me never happens to me. This calming peace, this clearness of thought that God had given me was the first time it ever happened to me. And I heard lots of people talk about God showed me a sign and God did this for me. And I always thought, whatever, He's never done that for me. But God just put this calming peace. I'll never forget. I'm sitting in a stoplight. I'm staring at the red stoplight. And all of a sudden, I just realized, God, this is in your hands. It doesn't matter what happens. If I never play again, whatever happens in the future, it's in your hands. It's taken care of. You know my plan. If my plan is to be able to play football tomorrow or never play football again or never be able to raise this arm again, have permanent nerve damage for the rest of my life, it's okay. It's in your hands, and it's part of your plan. And to go from being so frustrated and angry and praying and feeling like prayer doesn't work and feeling like God doesn't listen, to then all of a sudden have this completely peaceful calmness about myself, because I broke it down and just realized God has control. And who am I to decide what I think his control should be or which direction he should lead my life in. If you just put your trust and faith, and when you pray to God, just realize that sometimes not answering a prayer now, he's really answering that prayer a long ways down the road. You just don't realize it. It may not, you may not be able to see his answer right in front of you, but having faith that he has a plan for your life and a goal for your life, and knowing that he ain't going to answer every prayer. There's a lot of people in this room, there's a lot of people on this planet. There's a lot of people on this planet that need him a lot more than we do right now. And he may not give you a sign, he may not give you a calmness. You can continue to be frustrated, but until you realize that just because you have a prayer, it doesn't mean he's always going to answer it. You have to have faith that when you pray, that it's not in your control. It is in his hands. And I wanted to share that with everybody here. I am honored to be here. It's great to come into a room full of Cardinal fans. And we'll keep this thing rolling. I know all the guys on the Cardinals are excited. We've had a great week. We got a big week. I hope everybody can watch us play against Dallas this upcoming week. There it is, 6-1. That's what we're trying to get to. But I appreciate it. I'm honored to be here. I thank God I had this opportunity. I thank God for everybody in this room. God bless everybody. Thank you.
And it goes. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light you see.